this is where we're at, I guess.
A little more there too.
This is where we're at. Doug is putting the valve pan covers back on. So this is what it's telling me as we've gone over it. All the valves are going up and down. We know that for sure. We know for sure that the valves, well, we know for sure that the valves did not hit the piston. Do we know it, or can I say that?
No, we don't know that.
Can't say that. But we looked at the top of the pistons, and the top of the pistons look really good. They don't look like they've been beat up. All the pistons look good on top of pistons.
We don't see any holes in the top.
We don't see any holes in the tops. Doug don't want to give us too much credit on this, but there's no holes in the top of the pistons. In my perspective, I think the pistons look fairly decent. So the valve train on the top is working. He gauged them on the top. This side is a 6, that side's a 10. They're supposed to be 4 and 6. We're 6 and 10. Doug's thinking that's okay.
Yeah, it is okay.
Good enough to run. We've taken the oil pan off. We've changed the oil. Put a new oil filter on. He's adjusted the points in the distributor, hooked the wire back on.
You got a piece of coat hanger?
Yes, most certainly. So now, right now, we know that the top valve train in the head is working. We know the valve train in the head is working. We only know that on the exhaust side, really, though, don't we?
Yeah.
Because, well, I get the washers for that.
I'm just gonna show you.
Okay.
Other people might be interested.
That's for sure.
They're doing a job and they don't have these. Sometimes these are hard to come by. So copper washers, when you take them off, they've got hard when the nut has put them in place, squeezed down. So the way that you can reuse them, you put them on a wire like this, you make them hot till they glow, you let them cool naturally, and that softens them up and reuse them.
So he's reusing the copper washers by heating them up. How do you want a pair of vice grips or anything? You want me to hold that, or?
No, I'm all right.
Okay. But I am
Let them cool naturally and they'll be soft enough to reuse.
Isn't that cool?
Yep. If you're doing a job and you need a copper washer and you don't have one and you don't have your kit with you.
Perfect. There's actually been a couple times, you know, Doug, on a break, on a flex line, needed a copper washer.
Yeah.
Had to wait till Napa come to give me a couple.
Yeah.
I could have reused the ones we had.
Yeah.
Just like that. Wow. Cool.
If you want to polish these nuts off, get a bolt, proper thread, and screw that on a couple of turns and use your muffin wheel. And that way it doesn't go flying off on you. If you try to do that in your fingers with a muffin wheel, you're going to lose it.
Doug cleaned up the valve pan covers on this. Yeah, so everything's going pretty good. I'm hoping that we can get some compression back in the cylinders. Right now we have transmission fluid in there. And acetone. Acetone's to dissolve the crud, and the transmission fluid's to penetrate, lubricate. The only lubrication I've used on the engine, all the valves and that stuff, is Crown. So I have to give the Crown product its glory. It has helped do its job. 3 spark plugs, well, we pulled out, and 4 valves that we loosened up. That's what's going on so far.
Crown's a good lubricant, but I don't think it's designed to dissolve carbon.
They have a combustion one that does, or supposed to. They have one for that. They have one for everything.
Okay.
Yeah, they give me, there's a combustion cleaner too.
Yeah.
The one right now they're letting me use is the penetrant one.
Yeah.
No.
Well, they make good products, no question. Their undercoating is really good.
We got our truck undercoated today, did we not? Yeah. We're happy with it.
Yeah,
The guy that
in
did
our
it.
climate here, that's certainly the thing to do. It makes your car last a long, long time. I had a Mercedes coupe one time, and at that time, Z-Bird was considered the best thing.
Oh, man.
It was horrible. I restored this coupe, took it to bare metal,
Yeah.
stripped it, took the interior out, did a really good paint job on it, and redid the woodwork inside. So at the end, I took it into the Z-Bar, figured, boy, this is gonna really make it last. All I did was trap the moisture between the door, and I scraped it all up, take it all apart, just do it over again.
Yeah, there was a lot of problems with that. Like, it really.
Terrible.
Yeah, it kind of made a mess, didn't it, Doc?
Terrible.
And like, you know, the stuff right nowadays, I find that you just spray it on a little tiny bit and you can see it like a big mess of it. It creeps everywhere. It's quite a creeping stuff it is, you know. You think you need a whole bunch, but really you really don't. It kind of works on its own.
You know, around this country, you see the old cars driving around with the stickers they put in the window.
Rust check.
Each year, the rust check or, you know,
Like that guy in the junkyard. I won't hear nothing about it. Rust check.
you know.
Says it all, doesn't it? Says it all. Says it all. Are we going, what do you think, Doug? Are we gonna try to hydrolock each cylinder, are we? Or should we try to blow that stuff out?
Yeah, well, hard locking, there's stuff in them already now.
So, but we wanna do one at a time. All the fluid's gonna come out of these ones, obviously.
Well, we'll try them all at once.
What, just power plug it and let it run?
Yeah, just give her a crank, see what happens.
And then
We didn't put a lot in.
Okay.
Remember, I just put
Yeah.
a little bit, so.
Mhm.
What it's doing is driving it down into the rings and hopefully freeing the rings up.
So what the, you know, even though I explained things wrong last night, this interference, what's that, baby?
2 nights ago.
is, you know,
Grab a spark.
I made somehow a boo-boo turned into a thought, a brain fart, I guess. Is when last night, and like the other couple of nights ago when I hydrolocked it, you know, a little thing come on the old head said that, well, if you hydrolock each cylinder, you would push all the penetrant down around the rings and around the valves, and that would be a good thing, I think. That'd be a good thing. So
it was.
So it was. It was a good thing. So me being a little bit anxious, there was sort of a good thing that come out of it, you know, that part. What we're going to do is maybe turn it over with the spark plugs in it.
We now have oil in it, so
We have oil in it.
it's lubricating properly and the filter changed.
You're going to put them right in tight?
Why not?
Oh, I'm just, why not, he said.
You want to get some pressure there, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. There's just a long way down in there, that's all, Doc. Long way down in there. So we're gonna twist the spark plugs all the way down in. Oil has been changed. Valves have been checked. Gaskets have been put in. Transmission fluid down on top of the pistons. The pistons have been looked at with the camera. Everything looks okay. No holes, no big gouges. Fix the wiring, or fix the coil that, or the distributor, set the points. Wired up the cam shaft, nut bolts. Now we got some transmission fluid in it and acetone inside the combustion chambers, all the down spark plugs. And I think we're gonna wind it over and see if we can't hydrolock it. And when we do that, we're putting pressure on every system inside the engine, the rings, the valves, everything, isn't it? Or just the valves? Yeah, we're putting, if you hydrolock it, we're putting pressure on it all with penetrant.
Okay, we should jack lift that up a little bit, because the flywheel was dragging on the ground, remember when it was?
Is that what's going on?
I think so. If you just lift that up a little bit, that'll stop that.
It may have been the oil pan.
I hope not.
Well, it's not gonna hurt any for now.
Well, no, it's just a problem. It's a nasty noise.
Huh?
It's a nasty noise.
I think of that. That good?
Yeah, it should be fun.
You want me to wheel it over?
No, it's all right.
We had
This oil is from where?
a live.
You get oil all over the place here, not good.
Well,
Underneath.
what's going on?
Not,
We may have a hole. If you know what I'm saying.
that may have been what we washed over the cylinders too.
Could be. Yeah. There is true. There's quite a bit of the transmission fluid. We also had the spark plugs out, and we blew the holes out one more time.
Yeah.
Did we not? We blew the holes out, and all the transmission fluid was coming out the exhaust ports. We opened them all up and blew it all out, but we put new in. I've got a ground here. Doug's gonna grab it to the car. Yeah. We're gonna just put it over here and stop up some more of the mess.
Around there, you got her on, right?
Negative, yep, negative here, stick her on.
Something in there.
We knocked off the socket, that was that noise, I forgot to take that off.
Yeah.
But, it's pumping out transmission fluid at the top here.
It is.
Oh, yeah, should come right to cylinders. Oh, the exhaust.
Okay.
Yeah? You wanna look at it when I do it?
No, that's right. I believe it. Thousands wouldn't.
Lots wouldn't.
So I suppose all it's coming down here, is it?
That's what's coming down the side there, the transmission fluid's just kicking that out.
Well, I think we're probably down to pretty much leaving it that way down to. I'll tell you what, I'll hook up the distributor, so you get the spark plugs.
Do you want me to clean the spark plugs off?
Well, that was a moment.
So what's happening right now, we spun her over, as you can see, that wrench just flew off as we were turning it over by hand. Doug's got the distributor cap, he's gonna apply it to the distributor, hook it up to all the spark plugs, and wire it up, obviously. If it had spark, when we get spark, I imagine the next step will be fire.
Oops.
Gas, it will be gas, you know what I mean? Like, if you get fire, a little bit of gas in the cylinders, that thing probably should run, should it not, Doug?
Well, it's gotta have compression first.
Yeah, so we're not on the compression. We know the valves work. The rings, we don't know if the rings are got enough compression, or they're stuck to the pistons, or what going? We don't know
The
yet.
valves are going up and down, we don't know their seating.
Valves are going up and down. We don't know if they're seating right or not. Because the gas was 10 and the gas was 6.
No, not done. If the valve, if there's carbon under the seat, or if the valve is bent,
Okay.
it won't sit properly.
Okay.
So, what's happening is,
This problem with bent valves, it must be a common thing with this.
well, just if they're abused, it's not common, no. Well,
And abused means not changing your oil. Doesn't it, Doug?
it means if you had the head off and you set it down incorrectly,
Yeah.
so something rusted it out, and then I can recommend it. If the,
Want that right down on?
sure.
You want that right down on?
Yeah, sure.
They're already lined up, ready to rock and roll the way they're going?
Yeah.
What's this worth, this wire system here?
Well, you get your usual price on that.
Shh.
Why, did you want to pay more?
Well, I don't know if that's the case or not, but I know one thing, that, you know, we would if, you know.
I had it in my file shorts. From me to you, my son.
You, my son. Had amongst his goodies, he did. He's just wired that up.
I'd like to find the timing mark on that and see where the number 6 is, so I can tell where it's
Yep.
going here.
Watch that thing, baby, that thing fall. Have to find the timing mark on this thing?
Yeah, there's a timing mark on that somewhere.
Was it a chiseled out piece, or?
Well, there should be a mark and then 5 degrees or 10 degrees each way of it.
Piece of sandpaper help us?
It certainly wouldn't hurt.
Let me get this thing.
It could be on the inner lip as well.
Who what?
There's 2 lips here, it could be on the inner lip as well. And that's just in the position of fire number 6 right now, which is there.
So you got it?
Yeah, but I.
So the mark is on the bottom, eh?
Yeah, it should be on the bottom, because there's the arrow. There may be another mark on it. There's an inspection hole here, somewhere in the smaller center. Inspection hole here. You can see the mark there.
You serious?
Yeah.
On the mark.
Well, it's probably gonna be a nickel out of a tooth. Why don't you turn that over with the
Yeah.
hand
Right here.
would you please? Yeah, gently. I'm looking for okay, but go slowly. I don't know what I'm looking for here yet. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Oh, no, okay. No. Keep going.
Doug,
Yeah.
what, you're wanting, what are you wanting? This cylinder right here, it's first cylinder?
I want the first cylinder top dead center.
On the exhaust or
Top dead center.
on the, what do you want, on the intake or the exhaust?
Top dead center. She's in the compression choke, come up to the top of the compression stroke. It's on top dead center, ready to fire.
Okay, does that mean that that would be closed?
That would be closed, the intake would be closed.
Okay, so you can look in there and tell if it's closed.
But I can't tell the intake.
Right. I guess.
I think you've been right around, I don't see a mark. There should be a mark there, and I would have thought it was a tooth ground off out or a little hole in the middle of it. Let's see what we can find in there.
Yeah, scrape the back around that. Here. Must be scraping on that piece at the bottom.
Okay. There's a rubber something there.
Well, this valve says that it's almost,
Pardon?
this valve is almost shut.
Yeah.
If that says anything at all.
No, it doesn't tell me anything. Check.
Okay.
Okay, crank that over, let me see if I can find the mark on it. Just a minute.
More sandpaper?
No, I see something there.
Sandpaper?
No, sandpaper, that's too far. Yeah, go right around and polish that all the way around. It can get rusted over in a better way. It's very easy. What we're looking for is marks about an inch and a quarter long.
Nothing on that, is there?
I haven't seen anything yet, but haven't got it clean yet either. Maybe that's the place for your polishing wheel you'd have to use.
What?
Maybe that's the place to use that polishing thing that you had to clean out.
Maybe.
I'll try that.
Try it?
Yeah.
But, Ba-ba-ba-bum. Keep going. Nothing? I don't see anything. Crazy.
Okay. I'm gonna try the.
Face of it?
No, not the face, but the inside. See where the needle is? It's on the inside. So if we try the inside of that lip as well.
Damn thing, by. Don't see a damn thing. Maybe on the face. I have no idea.
Just bring that over slowly.
valve's opening on the top.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Here, just hang on a second. Whoa, whoa. I think I found it.
What's this now?
There's
Wire.
There's a mark of some sort.
Got a wire caught in there from the distributor. I think the distributor wire caught in there.
Okay. I can see something here. Yes, where's your paper socket?
Doug, you want me saying that? What?
That's all right, I'm looking at some samples. There's definitely lettering on the inside of that.
Is there?
Yeah. TALASTIK PAL.
NMNOP, QRS, QUV,
Just keep turning that.
Okay.
Just slow. Let me clean this as you go. Well, that's what people.
Want me to take spark plug out, Doug?
No.
We know it's top dead center.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Well, if we get the bring spark plug to...
Keep turning that a little bit. That's the letter, my God. Okay. Take out the
Spark plug?
plug.
We'll do it that way. Where did the spark plug go?
Straight up now,
Caught up down in there. Get yourself a little pointer or anything that you want to use, or
Okay, bring it up. Oh, yeah, just gently, no, just keep coming gently, very gently. Yeah, keep coming. A little more. Keep coming gently. A little more. Down, oh, you passed it.
okay, let's go back.
That's probably it.
Yeah. You want to see your flashlight?
Let's see.
I want to see if the... I'd say that the exhaust port is shut. Doug?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that would be firing at the right time, wouldn't it?
Yep. I got these in the wrong spot on the caps.
Doug, should the engine be top dead center on the exhaust port or the intake port?
Top dead center is top dead center. And-
Yeah,
and
but there's
we're
two,
on number-
there's two in there.
Just past number 6.
Yeah, but there's two. I'm just thinking, I'm just asking questions. As it comes out, that piston,
Yeah.
when is it's supposed to light on fire? When that one's open or when the exhaust port's open?
Neither one are open. They're both closed.
They're both closed.
Yeah, they both close as the piston's coming up to
Okay.
make the compression.
Okay.
And when it gets to the top of that stroke, that's when it fires. And the distributor rotor should be pointing at number 6
Okay.
when that happens.
There you go. That's the answer I wanted.
And we're at number 2.
So,
Yeah, we're pointing right at number 2 here. So I'm one around. So 2 becomes 6.
well, here comes the game now. Dad?
Becomes 6. 4 becomes 2. That was 2, so it's 1 up to here. 4 becomes 2. I could have swung that distributor, couldn't I? 4 becomes 2. 1 becomes 4.
Fishing cat?
5 becomes 1.
That's how she goes at the Yankee workshop. Little bit by little bit. Right? Baby cooked fish for dinner? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That's what you were supposed to do. You were gonna cook. We had chili and pizza. Good. Bread, butter. How you feeling about that thing, Doug?
Like you say, we'll be much happier if we hear it bark, won't we?
You know what they say, bark's got bite. Order some pieces for the car. Tomorrow, or the next tomorrow, the next day, whatever, I'm probably gonna come up, put the hood closed on this, clean up the garage a little bit, but at the same time, I'm gonna go around and do all the pinholes in the car and show you how I do that, and then we'll carry on and move on. You know, we can only spend so much of Doug's time and our time on this orphan of a motor. It's an orphan, isn't it, Doug?
Well, it's a piece of work.
Piece of work.
Yeah, we need coil.
Coil. You do. You got a brand new coil. You got your spark plugs to you, Doug?
I did, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna put that one back in though.
I'm just got here cleaning it.
Yeah, no, they're gapped. Now, I forgot which goes where.
Foam off. Blow it off. Well, I can tell you one thing for sure. All the spark plugs go down in nice. One job that was fixed. All the spark plugs go down in nice.
have a wire crank?
Yes.
You sure?
Well, we'll just turn her over. That's the way I play that, Doug. If I put a drip pan underneath this thing. Doug's that back in there. What if I stick the pump back there? No idea. Well, it's pumping oil. Huh?
Yep.
Pumping oil.
Just hold that so I can see what it's.
Yes, sir. Pumping oil. It's not that. What's the next one?
Not that one.
Got the wrong one, Douglas. Go down the next one. Go down one.
I'm gonna chew that wire off if I do, right?
No. Just gotta go down the next one. Go down the 16 gauge. Or go down to 16 gauge. There you go. Wow. You want a pair of
There's something or other, eh?
kind of wires that by.
Strong wire, that's for sure. Oh my goodness. They're so like me.
Really?
It doesn't want to come off. Jesus Christ.
Jumping junkies. Bum, bum, bum. Yep, trim trick in front of you there.
Okay, now let's see which side that goes on. Look at that. One on that one.
You're gonna have to look at that.
The single side of the double goes to the distributor. Right? Double on one side, single. The single goes to the distributor.
Yeah. And the dual goes to the carburetor, to the points. This single one goes to that.
Single goes to the distributor. One side goes to
Your points, or your electronic.
this sensor here.
This one over here runs through the carburetor.
Yeah, that side goes to the juice. Yeah, we'll just put that directly to the juice.
Yeah.
More like it's supposed to work. Okay, this goes to the battery, or the ignition switch, or the other thing is the sensor, you know, the choke.
Yep.
Yep.
You got a lot of water there if you don't want it all that far.
Well,
Or you want it.
we got to go back to juice here. In this case, to the battery.
Do you want me to get the battery set up there on something?
Yeah, sure.
Man. See, we don't realize right now, the magic is beginning right at the present moment as he's wiring it up and trying to get the fire to it, trying to figure out the fire. Then all of a sudden we're going to turn around and try to turn it over with fire. And then from there on in, we don't know what's going to happen. Do we, Doug?
Not for sure.
Not sure. But we sure do. Where should I put the battery, I wonder? You want me to put it in there? Or...
Just put it down here.
I just want to put it on something. Just some giggles.
That's good.
Yeah. Should the spark plugs be taken out and cleaned off?
They should.
Want me to take them all and clean them off?
I just want to see if I get a bit of fire out of somebody.
Okay.
Okay, now your hot lead is where?
A hot lead.
Red, yeah.
Let's start.
Red lead.
You want the?
Yeah. Put that on there and hold that.
Just I want to get these all figured out before we go in here. There you go.
And this is not clamping that at the same time.
That's giving fire to your points.
Yeah. So it sticks.
Fire wire to the points.
Okay. And,
Do you want me to hook that on the starter?
I don't know, you want,
You want that on the starter?
oh, yes, sorry.
That's all right. I'm going along with what you've already done, that's all.
They're on table. Well, good. Okay, just hang on a second.
All spark plugs are in, wired. Somewhat. Uh-oh. Oh, is that an oiler or?
Yes.
Okay. No ether?
Yes.
Gas.
Okay. Give her a shit.
Just a second here now. Where was I touching on before? Hydrolocked?
No.
We got a good engine! Working, right?
Take it on.
I think that torque?
Yeah. This should be grounded too, shouldn't it?
Maybe we'll ground it on. Do you want to put it on the, on one of these, on the valve pan cover up there? You want to try it up there? You want a wrench, get that off, one of them off? What about this spot right here?
Yeah, you get it up there, sure. Take that off.
Okay. 7/16,
I think.
It was funny, wasn't it?
What happened?
I clicked it into the starter on it, and it jumped up and turned, and it went up on the ratchet. It was going to either throw itself over there in the corner or keep on going with it. So what happened is I hit it on the starter. We forgot to take the socket off on the wrench, and it hit on top of that, and it picked the engine up. And then I pulled the starter off, and it stayed put. So this time we were hoping she'll wheel over. She does. Never had an engine jump up like that, have you? Just getting the ground for the coil. I've got the nut right here, Doug.
Yep.
Is it paint off the bottom of that of the coil?
Good.
Paint off the bottom of that side? Or you think she'll just grab it on the middle of it?
No, no, no.
That's twice we did that already. First time we tried to start it, the damn thing jumped up off. Jumped up on there and flipped off and made a noise. I thought she got hydrolocked again, Doug. And something else she took off and threw that thing. If you know what I'm trying to say.
Take off, didn't it?
What?
It take off.
I got starters over here somewhere.
I have some right here.
Uh-oh, we're getting the poison stuff now. Are we, we're not gonna take off anymore this time, are we?
Yeah, so we got the power to there, and the ground to there, and the anchor bit. Give me all two of them.
Just a minute now. You're spraying that, air hose going off, man, you wouldn't know what the hell happened. You wanna spray some in that one?
No, I just give her a shot.
Okay. Now this thing takes off, I'll be surprised. Now we have to take a plug up and see if it's firing.
Yeah, we do that.
We're gonna just grab a hold of it and wheel it over.
Yeah,
So
let's take a plug out.
It only shocked us once or twice. Probably doesn't.
I can see the hold it.
Which one you got me take out? Doesn't matter?
Take your pick.
Take the tip, easiest one. That's good.
Pardon?
It's got so much fluid, like transmission fluid on it, that's so wet.
Yeah.
That would never fire, would it?
Maybe not, but let's try it off and put the cable on, we'll turn her over. Okay,
You're gonna get barked, aren't you?
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna touch it quickly.
No, roll it over. Roll it over.
No spark.
Nope, no spark. No sparky poo-poo.
I wonder if that wire that we put on that distributor has to be there. Seems weird, doesn't it?
You need a wire on the distributor.
Remember that black wire we put on the distributor?
That black wire hooks into this red wire here, which supplies power to the points. So what's going on here? This is not anywhere.
That's where we go the coil, isn't it?
It's gotta go to the coil, yeah. Good. The single, yeah, we pulled it off. We put this up here.
You can turn it down and around if you want.
No, there,
Okay.
there we go.
Do we want to try that again?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the fun. Oh,
Just lay it down on that chain there, she should fire. Don't touch it, does. You're getting yourself,
That's all right, I'm not
you know,
gonna go
put new
anywhere.
life, put new life into you.
I'll give a life. Go. I saw a fire there once.
Did you see fire there?
Try again. Thought it did.
I didn't see any. She's just draining all of that. This thing here, we should probably try to get it a little tighter on that. Put a 5/8 on that socket down, a little tighter, see if it'll go.
Juice to there.
There we go. Yeah, she turned it off. There we go. Well, it stopped. On that side, I'm not sure what's going on. It could be like the back seal. If we got it tilted down, you know, it would make all the oil run to the back of that seal. And that seal we did not change in the back. You know what I'm saying? We did not change the seal in the back. Just let it drop, get it more equal, that's all. Yeah, Doug, we can let her set. We can let her set. I'll put her in the corner for a minute. We get enough juices running out of her. She's well juiced.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yes. She's not all wrapped. I didn't ruin her, did I, Dad?
No.
Nope. Yeah, you heard it. Didn't ruin it. You heard it. Didn't ruin it. All I did is pipe it. Yeah, it's not leaking there no more. Okay. What, I might mix, well, What do you think? Should I mix up more juice and put it in there, or do you think we're fine? Probably got enough in there, have we not?
Probably good, but most of it over, isn't it?
Well, I'm thinking that,
I'd like to mix up a little more, leave it in, just leave it sit.
yes.
Is that your way like that, or?
I'll just push it over there, that's no problem. Don't worry about nothing, Doug, don't worry about nothing. Nothing. Make sure you get all your tools.
No.
But basically, I don't know, I'm thinking that, I don't know. I'm thinking if, once we get it all dried out, and get a little bit of fire to it, it should fire. It should fire, shouldn't it? It should fire somewhat.
Yeah, it should, yeah.
You heard it?
Yeah,
Talked it out of him?
Ethan should explode
Once it, yeah, once it,
once it's hitting the fire.
and whatever it does from there, well,
Yeah.
well, you know. We'll go from there. Top end's put together, you can't say nothing about the valves anymore, you can't say the valves are stuck in it.
No?
Can't say the spark plugs are stuck in it. No, we're on to a new course of life. It's figuring out the wiring system and, no, I think that once we get it wired, we'll be chickadee boo. And the more it sets with that penetrating in it, the better. It's only gonna help it. Don't you think, Doug?
Yeah, I'm not hurting it.
It can't hurt anything, that's for sure. All right, until next time. I'll see you. What do you think? You gonna get her going? Yes. Just take a little bit of talking her over. Huh? Thanks. Huh? I can always count on my dog for a little support. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Canada duck. I can count on my dog for a little bit of support.
Well, I'll leave you right there.